lift us to your joy divine. You may be seated. Well, it is Palm Sunday, and it is a great journey that we have had on this Lenten time of letting go of so many things and opening to that awakening heart, our Christ consciousness. Today marks the beginning of the Holy Week, and Palm Sunday was a great day of celebration. It was the fruition of Master Teacher Jesus's ministry, and it was a joyous time. I'd like to think of the idea that they were so excited about Jesus coming that the young boys, the young girls that scampered up the palm trees and said, "Is he here yet? Is he here yet? No, don't see him yet." And while they're up there, they're cutting down palm fronds, sending them down to fan Jesus, to celebrate the coming of the Christ. So today is a time to celebrate. And to mark that, we have a special service planned where your prayer chaplain team are going to share with you a personal story of success. Now, this is grounded in Scripture in many ways. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13-15. A glad heart makes a cheerful countenance. A cheerful heart has a continual feast. And in that feast, we get to love and appreciate these wonderful stories of success and great outcome. Let's start with Reverend Sandra von Gellenbach.
Thank you. Success and overcoming fear. How do we do it? You know, it is the principles of unity. What we think about, we create, how we spend our time, we end up experiencing. So I just had the opportunity to be in the Philippines diving. And one of the things, if you know me even a little bit, you know that I started diving in 1974, and it was the most natural thing I've ever done. I was comfortable. I slid right in. The instructor had to keep pulling me back because I was ready to just go. So I get to the Philippines, and I am so excited because there are things there that I have never seen, and I really am looking forward to seeing them. And I get all weighted down, and I get all ready, and they do a checkout dive to make sure that you can do what you're supposed to be able to do. And I fall in the water, and there is a current that starts me just right on down the road, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go there. And it's very shallow, so I'm trying not to hit any of the coral, and it's kind of difficult to stay away from everything and manipulate around that. And the dive master comes over, and he wants to give me more weight. And I'm like, oh no, I think I have enough weight. But he's like sticking this weight in my pocket, telling me I need more weight. And I come out from that dive, and I'm like, that's it. I've gotten too old. I can't dive anymore. I'm giving it up. I'm sad. I've just spent, hours on a plane to get to the Philippines, and I'm not going to be able to do this. So I do the next dive just to make sure that it's as bad as I think. And it is. It's just as bad. The current's throwing me down this highway that I don't want to go down because I don't have control. And I'm like, I come out and I'm just like, oh. And I started to realize that I hadn't prayed, I hadn't remembered, I hadn't called forth that place that I knew, and I knew what I needed to do. And so I said, I have too much weight. Take some of this weight off of me. It's causing me difficulty. It's causing me to drop to the bottom of the water, and I don't want to the bottom of the sea, and I don't want to be there because there's a lot of coral down there and a lot of other things. So we take out some weight. It's really great. But we still have this current, and this current is pushing me down this super highway really fast. And I don't want to go down that super highway really fast. And then I remembered I was trying to control it, and that I didn't need to be in control. Because indeed, there is a higher power that is in control of my life. And if I trust, if I truly trust, if I have faith, one of those powers that we have, so, we have that power of faith. And I always think that that power of faith is not me having faith in God. God has faith that I'm going to listen and do the right thing. So it's God having faith in me. Okay, if God has faith in me in this moment, I can relax. So I did. I relaxed. I'm telling you that superhighway is a lot of fun. You see a lot of stuff really fast when you're going down the superhighway. But it suddenly became just that, a trip of fun, a trip of ease. Now, I will tell you that many times I went back on that thought, as we do. I have faith, I release, I let go. Oh, no, I take it back. No, I don't really want to let go. Oh, okay, I let go. I let go, okay. So I just had the opportunity to practice right there in this beautiful, glorious water. Practice, holding on, letting go, holding on. So for me, it's not about let go and let God. It's about let God, and then I let go. If I give it over to God and say, here, God, it's yours, how can I think that I need to be in control? So it's, here you go, God, I'm turning it over. And now I can do that. So it was a very exciting time. I saw things that I didn't even know existed in the world, and I will be happy to share it with you. God bless you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Cynthia Smith, and I'm here to talk about career change. A lot of you already know this story, but we'll go over it again, and I'll give you an update. I come from a background of programming and project management. I was a programmer for 10 years. I went to college late. My kids were in school when I was in school. So I became a programmer, worked for IBM, transitioned over into project management, which is a natural thing when you're in programming, and did that for another 10 years. And so I've been working in corporate America for a long time. And I got laid off from my most recent employer in December of 2022. And I was ready to leave anyway. I had been ready to leave. I love the company I work for, but there were some things going on that I knew there were just too many indicators it was time for me to go. But I wasn't quite ready then, or so I thought. And I was laid off right before Christmas, but I took that as a blessing because I took the month of December off that year, and I did nothing but celebrate Christmas. And then I was going to move into another senior project management role. I'll find another job in licensing, and I'll do that. And in January, early February of 2023, I prayed a lot and meditated a lot. What do I do now? What happens next? And real estate came back in, and it has come in through my life. And I always had those excuses, I can't do things on weekends, the kids are too small, all these excuses that I now know mean absolutely nothing. Should have been doing this 30 years ago. And so I went through the training, I took the courses, and I got my license, I picked a broker, and all of that happened. I started actively training, and I'm with Keller Williams Heritage here in New Braunfels in August. And so I came out of training in September, and I've been coached and guided, and it's very much like, as we all know, when you start a new job, you're drinking from the fire hose for the first 6 months. It's so much information. You don't think you're doing anything right, and it's just a lot to take in, and it's a lot to take in. But I love every minute of it. And the tricky thing about realty is you don't get paid until you sell a home or help somebody buy a home or investor. And so fortunately, I've had some savings and some ways to make that work for me. And so I've been moving through that and budgeting through that, and I just keep going. And I have mentors, and I go to tons of classes. I've learned so much in the short time I've done this. Even when I struggle with it, I love where I am. And I continue to pray, and I continue to move through that like Sandra said, letting God, at the times when I'm not sure, we all have those moments. Did I really do the right thing? I really know I did the right thing, but what's up? What's up? What now? And I just breathe and keep going. And Friday, actually this last Friday, was the Keller Williams Awards for our company, for our area. And I went to the awards ceremony, and all I did was visualize, next year I'm going to be on that platform. I don't know which one I'm going to fall under, but I'm going to be on that platform, and I'm going to get some kind of award. And everybody there has been so kind, and you learn from people who are extremely successful at what they do, and everyone I have met is so kind and so helpful and patient, so patient. Because when you're new, you're thinking, these people who do this, who've been doing this 20 years, they don't want to talk to somebody who's brand new, but everybody does, and everybody's kind and patient because I think they remember what it was like to be new. And I'm going to an open house after I leave here, and I had a very successful one yesterday. It looks like it's going to be successful again today, and I'm just embracing that, and I'm so excited. I'm learning all about New Braunfels. I know about homes. I love, love, love doing this in a way that I've never loved anything. So take that leap, do something you love. It will all work out no matter what.
Well, they always say that when you are given lemons, you make lemonade. And that's what happened to me, 2 years ago, I'd say. I got that dreaded cancer diagnosis. And so I'm so grateful for the Unity teachings and everything I learned because anyway, you learn that when things don't go right, you use the power of attraction, or because if you think positive thoughts, you're going to have a good outcome, which of course it did. I remember when I was going through the radiation that I'd go through and people say, my mother's doing the rosary here. Someone's praying for you. So I learned the power of prayer, learned how that works in my life. And then I think the big turning point was I was looking at the daily word on Epiphany, on the Three Kings Day. And I ran across this quote, which really helped me out here. It said, let me find it here. Like the Magi, I joyfully discovered the divinity in every area of life. If health challenges loom large, I rest in the awareness of the Christ within, and I touch the indwelling, healing presence. I am firm, I am entirely whole and vibrant. If I feel lonely or challenged by life circumstances, I focus on the Christ within. I feel God's light upon me, and I affirm, I rise, shine, and know it's truly well. And last checkup, they said there's no trace. All the radiation, everything was successful.
Today I celebrate the completion of the first part of the LUT program, of all those classes. And I've worked at this for years, guys, because I've had kids and full-time jobs and all that other kind of stuff, life stuff. But every time I thought, maybe I just need to quit, that little voice in me said, no, you don't want to quit. You want to finish. And I'm so grateful because the joy of completion to me brings about, number one, just the satisfaction of, yay, I had a goal and I finished it. I'm kind of a goal-oriented person. And there's an excitement about what's next. And I've never been to Unity Village, so I know that's next. I'm going to meet more people like I met on this path. I took some of the classes through Unity and through another lady, another minister, and I met people from all over the world taking Unity classes. Our movement is strong. I learned how to read Charles Fillmore a little bit. out loud. You got to read it out loud. and I actually understand some of it. Yay. And I think about what's ahead and what the memories are of all that time and all those wonderful books. And I learned to write prayers, and it's just amazing. You know, I came to Unity and I stayed here because I like practical Christianity. I like the idea it's things that I can use in my life that make my day-to-day life better for me and usually for the people around me. And I learned more of that. And now I think I'm going to learn even more of that and meet even more wonderful people. And I love Unity. It changed my life, and it continues to change my life. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My little discussion is called Embracing Opportunities. And I don't know if I'm unique in this. I don't think that I am, but I celebrate areas of my life. It could be something that I own for a while, like a boat, that time of my life when I have a boat, or a house with a pool, okay? I celebrate various jobs and where they fit in my life. And I was talking to Judy about it, and she said, talk about when you're on the radio, because that's personal to you. And backstory is I ran and got elected to the city council in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and I served on that for 4 years, which was a very unique opportunity. Okay, wonderful. You do learn things when you see government working from the back end. And what happened, and when I was on city council, I started a TV show, 1 hour a week, live TV show, which helped me no longer have mic fright, what really got me away from mic fright was karaoke night when I had one scotch too many, but we won't go there. But I got an offer for a job. Probably my favorite job of the many I've had. And that was to host a radio show. Okay. So for 6 years, 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, I did a live radio show. And I asked was because of the background I had by being on city council, I knew a lot of what was going on with government and so forth. And this was started out to be that type of thing. It was called Lake Havasu Issues and Answers. Okay, and we did enough with the local officials and county officials, and occasionally I had state officials come in. But what was more interesting is it also turned into a human interest show, because I couldn't just fill it 10 hours a week with boring politics. So there were some guests that were quite memorable to me. I got a chance to interview the daughter of Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. I got a chance to interview the band of Johnny Cash. And my most memorable one was on Pearl Harbor Day. I had a survivor from Pearl Harbor. I won't get through this without crying, because I cried on the radio then. He survived. His ship went down at the dock, and his duty after the attack was to stand on a dock and guard the ship while he heard his shipmates banging inside trying to get out. Memorable. And that's something I'll take with me forever. And I thank God for it, for that opportunity that was presented to be able to meet those kind of people. Thank you.
Wow. Opportunities. breakthrough has to do with opportunities. When opportunities present themselves, you get to choose whether to say yes or no. And I have learned a huge lesson over the last 2 or 3 years. Just because you can do something, guess what? Doesn't always mean it's yours to do. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn. Many of you know that I've been a caregiver for my dear friend for a very long time. And there's a big gap between our ages. I'm 16 years older than she is. And the time has come for me to take care of me. Wow. Can you imagine the guilt of saying, I can't do this anymore? And I can. That's not true. I can continue to do this to my own detriment. And that's not what I want for my life. I have 6 great-grandsons that I want to see graduate from high school. I have to take care of me. And that's what I have chosen to do. But there was a time in that whole thing that I got really stuck. And I was having trouble moving forward until, was it 2 weeks ago when Linda was here? 2 weeks ago we did a workshop on Discover Your Divinity. Linda Martella Whitsitt presented her new book in Discover Your Divinity. And she gave me permission simply by putting movement to prayer. The first thing she said is to open. Open your heart. And I don't remember the next 2 or 3. But the last one was look at your feet, take a step forward, take another step forward, take another step forward, take another step forward. And those steps forward moved me through that wall. It is my joy to be here now and continue that moving forward. Gary and I went apartment shopping a couple of days this week. There's actually lots of options out there. Some of them are further away, time-wise. And there's actually an apartment I could actually move into this week, if it were not on the second floor. It's on the second floor. And I said no, which is a hard word for me to say, no. But my name is first on the list. And I've got my name on another list. And it's a joy for me to know that I have done what I came here to do and will continue to do that.
I don't know if you know this about me, but I love to dance. And when I was in Hawaii, I was a member of the Elks Club, and they had dancing every night. I went 2-3 times a week and danced. And of course, I danced hula, and I love dancing hula. And as soon as I arrived here 6 years ago in Texas, I prayed, I'll find some place to dance. Now, I know there's big dance halls, but you need a dance partner. Hello? I don't know. And I was, when I first got here, still doing my hula. But I realized that as I practiced hula, it made me miss Maui so much. So I had to stop dancing hula so that I could be fully present in Texas. Well, it happened. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, but a couple months ago, I attend DOS Rec, and yes, after COVID, I started going back to DOS Rec, and I love to swim. I'm a water baby. On the water, near the water, in the water, I'm happy. And I decided to give the aqua aerobics a try. So I show up, and the first one I took was Aqua Bar, B-A-R-R-E. It's ballet in the water. I was plie and longite, and I was dancing in the water. And then I went home, and oh boy, the next day I was so sore because it's a workout. There's a reason why ballet dancers look like that. But they've got Aqua Jam and Aqua Zumba and Aqua Boot Camp. That was, they all are great exercise. I'm in the water, and I've lost 6 pounds, and I like that. Yes, we can applaud. I like that. Yes. And I have this community. There's about 10 men and 40 women at DOS Rec 5 days a week, and I'm dancing, and I love it. So if you want to join me, come on down. There's one at 8 o'clock, there's one at 9 o'clock, and there's one at 1:30. Thank you. So with that, we conclude this wonderful sharing with this quote from Psalm Scripture, 118, verse 24. This is the day which the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. There's plenty that we can focus on of Ain't It Awful. There's plenty, if you're at a loss of how things aren't going right, turn on CNN. We're just going to see constantly negative news. There's plenty. But if we can choose to focus on our successful outcome, it might be, I'm going to start a meditation practice, and you do 5 minutes a day and celebrate it. It's a good thing. And as we celebrate our life, what happens? More things to celebrate, because what we think, what we believe creates our experience. And if we're expressing gratitude, the universe rushes forward to give us more of the same thing. Sounds good, yes? So let's do this week. It's our personal exploration. Celebrate every success and accomplishment. I brushed my teeth. Yay! There's a lot to this. This is not just a joke. The most mundane things of your life, brushing your teeth, cleaning your glasses, fixing your coffee, let that be a moment of worship, a moment of, wow, I've got everything I made to make a delicious cup of coffee. I have teeth. that I can keep clean. Wow, this is a joy. Celebrate every success and accomplishment. And the second one this week is by acknowledgement of those success, we identify our courage. It takes courage to launch into a goal, a process, a new job, a healing from a diagnosis. It also identifies our strength. We are in the month of strength. That's what this spring green is all about. And with that strength, it allows us to face whatever life brings us. We also discover capabilities. We might not have known that we had a voice to share, or the ability to knit or crochet, or to fix a wall that's cracked and broken. And it's progress. In this human journey, there's only going to be change. It's the one thing you can depend upon, change. But we have this ability, with this awakened heart of our Christ consciousness, we can let that be our guide, and we can progress each day, each way, in achieving the life we want. And that's a time to celebrate. Thank you.